Hey all, Hipper here. So some of you have been asking me, why don't you play an Agile Plymouth? And I do, but I just don't play it a lot. And not because the ship is bad in any way, it's really, really good. But if I want to play an Agile glass cannon, which like this ship is, I want to play the Minotaur. And that's why I don't really play this ship so much, because every time I play it, and it has 4 heals by the way, every time I play it, I just feel like, I would rather play the Minotaur, and then I just play one battle and I go play the Minotaur instead. And that's why, really. It's not because the ship is bad in any way. It's really, really good. And if I want to go down at tier 7, and play a battle, I will pick the Edinburgh instead because it's different. It's a different playstyle. I have much better armor and I can get to do different things. So what I'm saying is, if I want to play like a glass cannon ship with an agile radar build, I'll go play the Minotaur instead. It's the same situation with Neptune. I don't like every time I play Neptune, I go, well, why am I touching this ship? It's much more fun to play Minotaur. So I play one battle and then I go play Minotaur instead. But then again, the playstyle of the Agile Radar Plymouth is exactly the same as an Agile Radar Minotaur or an Agile Radar Neptune. There's no difference at all. You play the exact same way. It's just you have less damage output, and it feels less accurate, especially compared to something like Edinburgh. I just don't get the same accuracy out of the ship, I think. And also, if you watched my stats just briefly earlier, you can see that the accuracy of this ship is, I believe at 38%. That's nearly 10% less than my Edinburgh. And my, most cruisers sit around that 45. All of them really, to my knowledge, except for Plymouth. And I can't really explain it. I don't know why. It's the exact same build I use on Edinburgh, except my accuracy on Edinburgh is nearly 10% better. I don't know. I might ask Prince Blip from Wargaming about it, actually, because it is a little bit strange, I think. So here we got the Kagero that thought he could just sit there and keep me spotted, but suddenly the tables are turned, and he is, the chased deer in the headlights. And that is why I love playing with radar on these ships here. It is so satisfying. So as you can see on the map right now, there's no less than 2 destroyers over here, and they are the only 2 destroyers in this match. So obviously I'm gonna hang around here, and if I have to defend B, I'll do that at some point. But as it's looking right now, it looks like these 2 destroyers want this cap, which is a mistake. Obviously one of them should go do something else, because I have destroyer backup, I have 2 battleships as backup, and I'm a radar cruiser, and there's no way I'm giving up this cap here. That should be fairly obvious by now. So if I was this destroyer hiding behind this island here, I would think, okay, I'm gonna go and try to do something else. I mean, I would go and take B instead, and then perhaps sometimes later a battleship has citadeled me, so I'm more vulnerable, and then perhaps you can make a move, perhaps. But at the moment, it's not the best play. So here I'm slowing down because I am pretty certain torps are on the way, and the good thing about all these British cruisers here, you can slow down and you can get up to speed very, very quickly. And when you do that, you can cut the turning circle pretty much in half, like I'm doing here. I'm turning much tighter than I was letting the destroyer know, and I'm also much quicker doing it. As you can see here, he's not even close to hitting me with torpedoes. Very, very satisfying moves as well, that you can pretty much only do with that 2-second rudder. So just to underline, like there is a reason I don't play Plymouth much, but it's nothing to do with the ship. It's just the fact that there are more interesting options, not better options, but more interesting options like Minotaur. Because why wouldn't you play Minotaur when you can? I mean, and then if you want to go down to tier 7, then play the Edinburgh, so you get something a little bit different. You actually get armor, and you can troll battleships, and you can't do that in Minotaur, not the same way anyway. So someone pushing the Mars out here, and we take a shot, and we don't kill him, and he should stay in the smoke now. But I don't know. It looks like he's trying, but he might have just passed a little bit. And then trying to slow down, but it's not going to help. Yoink. So that's both destroyers down. We picked one off each. And really my role in this battle here is over now. There's no destroyers left. We still have one destroyer, so you know, if things work out the way they should work out, we should win this battle here. And I'm thinking, well, what's the best thing I can do now? It's probably to take B and you know, set up shop somewhere in the area of B, because once you have all the reds in 1/3 of the map like we do here, it's going to be very difficult for them to push through, especially when there's 4 islands like that. You know, you have to push through in a battleship, because there's so many ways you can set up torp ambushes there. And I mean, that's a mistake on the red teams, like the game here. It's like a definitive mistake, a mistake that costs them the win here, because they don't spread out, they don't, you know, create crossfires on the map, they don't spot anywhere other than over on that side, and they are all sitting in the same 4 quadrants, like all inside the cap, and that's unnecessary. And now they're going to pay for it. So right now I'm not really trying to sink anyone. I am trying to make XP, because I just want to reset these guys here while I'm at the same time positioning, and simultaneously in a minute I will be capping B. So I am maximizing my XP earnings here while I am crossing the sea anyway. So we finish, you know, resetting that eye over there. I'm going to go for the one that's not spotted. All we need is just a good hit, and we should get at least 1 green ribbon here, and we should almost reset the cap. And this is not really going to, you know, do any damage to the Iowa, and there we go. But it is going to buy us time and buy us tickets, which is always important. So many people don't realize that. The red team is far behind on tickets, but any opportunity you get, take it, because you never know what's going to happen in this game here. And you know, we've all seen the battles where it's a sure win, but then, you know, because you didn't actually go all in collecting all the points you possibly could for your team, then you lose because some potato thing happens. And yeah, I don't do that anymore. I always go to win a battle on points rather than taking out all ships. And, you know, denying destroyers or carriers, you know, spotting or capping, that's the easiest way to win a battle on points. Because in general, battleships are very, very bad at this game here. And really the only way they can win a game is by sinking all ships. And if you deny them that, and at the same time deny the destroyers the ability to carry the bad battleships, then you're going to win. At least in most cases. So here we get the nice Plymouth AP into action, just into the superstructure of this Iowa here, and he is regretting that move now, because it looked like I was an easy kill, but yeah, I am not. So that Iowa, of course, he doesn't have a camo, so he's probably not a very experienced player, but we dodged his salvo at a distance of, what was that, like 4 kilometers or something, just by, you know, baiting your side a little bit, make them shoot in that spot, and then when the shells are in the air, you can tell if your little ruse worked out or not. If it worked out, then continue doing what you're doing. If it didn't work out, then you know, go into damage control mode and just take as few hits as you can. And you can only do that with a fast rudder, because you need to be able to react quickly. And if your rudder takes 6 seconds to react, that's far too late. You're going to take the whole salvo then. So this destroyer here, or cruiser, sorry, thinks he's being smart, but I do have my radar, and just, you know, scattering the shots a little bit, because I don't know if he's going to go back or forth or whatever he's going to do. So I didn't get a citadel there. That actually kind of annoyed me, but anyway, we get rid of him. So we have the Synop now, and that's, you know, a threat, but on the other hand, I have 3 allies with me, and you know, he decides to show broadside because he kind of has to choose, and I think he chose poorly there, to quote Indiana Jones. So I'm just going to yoink this kill here because I have no shame, and that's going to be the end of the battle. And that was an Agile Plymouth. Like, I mean, it's just as viable as any other Agile British cruiser, and there's nothing wrong with it. I just don't play it that much because I prefer Edinburgh down here at tier 7. And if I want to play a ship like this, like I said a few times in the video, I'll play the Minotaur instead because it's even better. So yeah, Agile Plymouth for you people. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you out there.